Introducing yet another monitor by Philips. This is a 32-inch monitor, and by the looks alone, you might think that it is more or less the same as the 27-inch version that we reviewed previously. And I don't blame you because they do look more or less the same, but there are quite a lot of differences. So that is why we are doing yet another separate review for the 32-inch version of the Philips Momentum 5000 monitor with the codename 32M1N500V. And if you ended up in this video while searching for this monitor, then I wish you a hearty congratulations because the names of these monitors, they're just very confusing. And on the internet, I can only find the version with an S at the back, but I don't really know what's the difference between the S and the non-S version, but the specs do line up, so let's just begin. This monitor is rather simple actually. The panel itself is actually fantastic as well. So we've mentioned many times that this is a 32-inch monitor, so it has a resolution of 2560 by 1440 pixels, and it goes up to 165Hz refresh rate. And for that size of monitor, 1440p resolution is just nice. This is also using a VA panel, but before you go into the comment section and say that IPS is better, we need to talk about the color accuracy of this monitor because it is supremely excellent. Our colorimeter here reports that it can go up to 99.7% of sRGB and 88.88% of DCI-P3 color gamuts, while maintaining one of the lowest delta E number that I've seen so far. However, the brightness is a bit funky. You see, this monitor goes up to 565 nits and the white point, as in the individual red, green and blue color brightness levels, are pretty equal. Plus, this monitor also supports Display HDR 400, so you can use that if you want to. So, if we tune the brightness all the way down to the lowest though, it can only go down to about 121 nits of brightness, and the white point is slightly off because the green colorless intensity is way too low. One more crucial feature that Philips claims that this monitor has is flicker-free, and from what we can see from the camera here, there's no flickering, so we can confirm that it is indeed using DC dimming in this way. But we'll get back into this later, because they also advertise that this monitor has 1 millisecond MPRT response time, and that is just quite impossible. So we use our phone, record the monitor at a high frame rate with MPRT setting turned on, then we can indeed see that yeah, it's not really 1 millisecond. The reason why you enable MPRT is of course to lower the motion blur, and that also disables the flicker-free feature, and I'm not gonna talk about it in this video, so you can check it out at the top right corner there instead. Also in the OSD menu, there is an MPRT value that we can adjust. I suppose that this is to reduce the, I don't know, maybe the motion blur or something like that, but the setting doesn't tell us what it actually adjusts, but in theory it should lower the perceived motion blur, but also causes even more flickering, which can cause eye fatigue and headache for some people. One more thing that I really like about this monitor is the inclusion of AMD FreeSync Premium as well, so having a tear-free gaming experience is much better than having a consistent high frame rate experience because it is less distracting and we can clearly see what is going on in the game. This is especially useful if you're playing some shooter games like Overwatch and whatnot. This monitor also has built-in speakers, which is serviceable, and I wouldn't get annoyed if I am to be forced to use the built-in speakers. So have a listen here. As for the OSD menu, it is controlled by a joystick at the back of this monitor, and we do have a full list of features here, so I'm not gonna highlight any of them and I'll just show you what it has to offer. The ports available on this monitor is also pretty good, so we have the standard double HDMI 2.0 ports and two more DisplayPort 1.4 ports, and we also have a built-in USB hub, so we have quadruple USB Type-A ports. Two of them supports fast charging. And as for how fast is that fast charging, I don't know because the specs don't really tell us anything. And I also wish that there is 1 or 2 USB Type-A ports positioned somewhere around the side of the monitor or at the bottom so we can easily plug stuff in and out. The biggest difference when comparing this monitor with the 27-inch version though is the included monitor stand. You see, they do look the same but they work completely different. So you see the 32-inch is supremely limited and we only have tilt adjustment, nothing else. I think that is a huge nerf, but luckily we can install it on a monitor arm if we want to because this monitor supports 100 by 100mm VESA mount. And we also tried it with a Logitech monitor arm, it works really well. So for the price of $1,299, I do think that this is a rather good price for this monitor. It ticks a lot of boxes: 1440p resolution, 165Hz refresh rate, fantastic color accuracy, and a very high 565 nits of brightness. And the inclusion of 4 USB Type-A ports is just good despite the location of those ports. However, the severely limited articulation of the included monitor stand is just not that good, but nonetheless, we can still get a monitor arm for that. From my quick search, I did find one close competitor to this monitor, which is the LG UltraGear 32 GN600B. It has more or less the same specs, but that UltraGear monitor is 100 ringgit more expensive than this. And surprisingly, the monitor stand that comes with the UltraGear monitor also is tilt only. So that is why I think that the 32-inch Philips Momentum 5000 is a good monitor. To further sweeten up the deal though, you also get a 3+2 years of warranty too. All purchases from today until 31st March of 2023 are eligible for the extended warranty. Just be sure to register at Philips Malaysia's website. I'll leave the link down in the description for you guys so you can register the warranty. So that's it. If you have any questions regarding this monitor, do leave them down in the comment section below. I truly like this monitor a lot, and yeah, see you guys in the next one.